Did you know that a queen can say 1,000 words without ever opening her mouth? Long before Queen Elizabeth passed away, she did something so bold and so public that people are still talking about it today. She used a simple piece of jewelry to send a very loud message to everyone in the world. At the time, Camilla had her heart set on one specific thing. It was a beautiful set of pearls that once belonged to Princess Diana. Camilla didn't just want them, she felt she deserved them because she was now part of the family. She made sure the queen knew exactly what she was thinking, but the queen had other plans. In a move that stopped Camilla in her tracks, the queen took those very pearls and handed them to Catherine. She did it right in front of Camilla's face. This wasn't just about fancy necklaces. It was about who the queen trusted most. This one act made Camilla fight even harder for what she wanted. She started asking for more and more expensive things. She wanted every diamond and ruby she could find in the castle. But the queen was always one step ahead. Her final decision was something Camilla never expected, and it changed the way the family looks forever. The real trouble started in April of 2021. The royal family was at a very sad place called St. George's Chapel. They were there to say goodbye to Prince Philip, the queen's husband. Because of the rules at the time, everyone had to sit far apart and wear masks. The whole world was watching on their TVs. Every camera and every person who loves the royals had their eyes on that chapel. The family walked in one by one. Their faces looked very heavy with sadness. Then Catherine walked in. Around her neck was a sparkling necklace with 4 rows of pearls. It was perfect and glowing. If you knew anything about the history of the royal family, your heart would have skipped a beat when you saw it. Those were not just any pearls. Those were Diana's pearls. They were the same ones that Princess Diana wore a long time ago in 1982 when she went to a big party at a palace. That was the night the whole world fell in love with her. Those pearls had been locked in a dark box for almost 20 years. No one thought anyone was good enough to wear them again. But the queen had unlocked that box. She gave them to Catherine to wear at the most important funeral in years. Camilla was sitting just a few feet away when she saw the pearls. She couldn't move or say a word. She had to sit perfectly still because she knew the cameras were watching her every move. She kept her back straight and her hands folded in her lap. Her face didn't show any emotion at all, but inside she must have been feeling a lot. Those pearls seemed to glow under the lights of the chapel. It felt like the memory of Diana had walked right back into the room. It was like Diana was sitting right there next to Camilla. There was nothing Camilla could do to stop it. People who study how humans move their bodies said Camilla didn't look sad. They said her jaw was squeezed tight. Her eyes looked hard like stones. Every once in a while, the cameras caught a look in her eyes that wasn't about missing Prince Philip. It looked like she was very, very angry. It was the kind of anger you feel when you have been waiting for something for a long time and then someone takes it away from you in public. Camilla never looked at Catherine's neck, but she didn't have to. She knew exactly what was there, and she knew exactly what the queen was trying to say. Queen Elizabeth was the one who picked out every single thing Catherine wore that day. She chose Diana's pearls on purpose. She wanted to send a message that was cold and clear. But this didn't just happen out of nowhere. Queen had been planning this for many years. She did it slowly, one piece of jewelry at a time. To understand why, you have to go back to 2005. That was the year Camilla married Charles and moved into the palace. As soon as she got there, she did something that made the queen very upset. Because she married Charles, Camilla was legally allowed to use the title Princess of Wales. That was Diana's title. The whole world still loved Diana and missed her. Camilla's team tried to get her that title. People say they heard Camilla saying that she was the one who was actually there now. She felt the title should belong to her because she was the one standing beside Charles. The people who worked at the palace were shocked. They thought it was wrong for the woman who hurt Diana's marriage to try and take her name. The queen acted very fast. She said Camilla would only be the Duchess of Cornwall. She would not get to use any part of Diana's title. That was the end of that argument, but Camilla did not give up. She was a high-ranking royal now, and she needed big jewels for parties. The royal vault is a giant room filled with hundreds of years of treasures. There are diamonds, emeralds, and rubies sitting in drawers waiting to be worn. Camilla thought she should be allowed to wear whatever she wanted. But the queen was drawing lines that Camilla couldn't see yet. The queen had a helper named Angela Kelly who took care of all the jewelry. Angela made a list of every single thing Camilla asked for. Every piece of jewelry had to be approved by the queen before Camilla could even touch it. It was like Camilla was on a short leash. Instead of the most famous jewels, the queen pointed Camilla toward things that belonged to the queen mother. These were big and beautiful, but they were from a long time ago. They were like museum pieces that didn't have any connection to the future. The queen was dressing Camilla in the past. She was keeping the future of the monarchy far away from her. Camilla had no idea this was happening at first. Then came the year 2011. This was the year Catherine married William. The whole world watched her walk down the aisle in a beautiful crown called a tiara that she borrowed from the Queen. Everyone loved Catherine immediately. She looked like a star. After that wedding, things changed inside the palace. People say Camilla was not happy. She felt that because she was the wife of the future king, she should get to pick her jewelry before Catherine. She wanted the Queen to show everyone that she was more important. The Queen didn't say anything at all. She stayed silent, but she was doing something secret in the background. After Diana died in 1997, her pearl necklace was put away in a box. The Queen knew those pearls were very special and also very sad. She didn't want the wrong person to wear them. She waited and watched for a long time. She was looking for someone who was strong enough to wear them without being overwhelmed by the history. After Camilla tried to demand the best jewels, the Queen finally opened that box. She had the pearls cleaned and gave them to Catherine. This was a huge blow to Camilla. It was a moment she could never fix, but that was only the beginning. The Queen wasn't just keeping one necklace away from Camilla. She was keeping the whole future away from her. The Queen used diamonds to speak because she didn't want to have a big fight out loud. Every time she opened the vault for Catherine and closed it for Camilla, she was telling a story. You have to understand that these jewels are not just pretty things to wear. They are symbols of power and history. Some of them have been around for hundreds of years. The most important pieces show who will be the leader next. The Queen had already decided that Catherine was the one who would carry the crown into the future. The most expensive piece in the whole collection is a necklace called the Nizam of Hyderabad. It is made of many diamonds that look like beautiful buildings. It was a wedding gift to the Queen in 1947. She wore it in her most famous pictures. You can see it on money and stamps all over the world. That necklace is the face of the Queen herself. Camilla was never allowed to even get close to that necklace. The Queen never told anyone why, but people who knew her understood. Camilla was not going to be the Queen for a very long time. She was older and she joined the family late. She was what people call a transitional person. That means she was just holding the spot for a little while until William and Catherine took over. You don't give the most important treasure in the kingdom to someone who is just passing through. You give it to the person who will be there for the next 50 years. That person was Catherine. It had always been Catherine. In 2014, the Queen let Catherine wear that famous necklace to a big party. When the world saw Catherine wearing it, they knew the Queen had passed her power down to her. The message was not a secret. The most valuable piece of jewelry now belonged to Catherine's story, not Camilla's. Even after that, Camilla kept trying. She started being very bold. She would look at a piece of jewelry and talk about how much she liked it right in front of the Queen. One time, she looked at a very special piece called the Cambridge Pearl Brooch. This wasn't a piece for big parties. It was a piece the Queen wore almost every single day. She wore it when she was working or when she was talking to people on Christmas. It was a symbol of the Queen being steady and always there. It was like a part of the Queen's own soul. Camilla asked if she could wear it to an event. The Queen just smiled and didn't say a word. But the very next year, something shocking happened. That brooch was given to Catherine. She wore it for her first official portrait with Prince William. This was a picture that would be seen by everyone for the next 100 years. Camilla's request was ignored like it never happened. The Queen gave her answer by putting the brooch on Catherine's chest for the whole world to see. There was also a necklace called Queen Alexandra's wedding necklace. This one was very painful for Camilla. It was a gift from a long time ago, and it was always linked to the title Princess of Wales. Remember, that was the title Camilla wanted but couldn't have. After the Queen Mother died, the necklace went to Queen Elizabeth. She hid it in the vault for a long time. Camilla went to party after party for years, and the necklace stayed hidden. Then in 2018, it finally came out, but it wasn't on Camilla. Catherine wore it to a big dinner at Buckingham Palace. Camilla was in the same room. Imagine how that felt. The necklace that belonged to the title Camilla was denied was being worn by Catherine right in front of her. The Queen didn't have to say anything that night. The necklace said it all. By this time, Camilla knew she was losing the vault war. Every important piece was being given to Catherine. Camilla eventually went to her husband, Charles, for help. She wanted him to talk to the Queen and get her more jewelry. Charles did try to talk to his mother about it. But every time Charles asked for something for Camilla, the Queen did something even bigger for Catherine. It was like a game where Catherine kept getting more points. Every time Camilla took a step forward, the Queen moved Catherine 10 steps ahead. Charles soon realized that he could not win this fight against his mother. But there was one more thing Camilla didn't see coming. Some jewels are about power, but others are about love. The Queen was very careful with the jewels that meant something to her heart. This is where things got really personal. There is a piece of jewelry called the Edinburgh wedding bracelet. It is made of diamonds and platinum. It isn't the biggest or the most expensive piece, but it has a very sad and beautiful story. It came from Prince Philip's mother, Princess Alice. She had a very hard life. She was treated poorly by doctors and lost everything she owned. She even lived as a nun at the end of her life. Prince Philip loved his mother very much. When he wanted to marry the queen, he took his mother's crown apart. He used the diamonds to make a bracelet for his new bride. He was giving her the most precious thing he had. It was a piece of his family's history and his own heart. The queen wore that bracelet for 73 years. It was the most private and special thing she owned. When she decided to share it, she gave it to Catherine. Think about what that meant. Out of everyone in the family, the queen decided that only Catherine was good enough to wear that bracelet. Camilla had been with Charles for a very long time. She was his wife and a senior royal, but the queen still said no. The bracelet went to Catherine. The queen never wrote down these rules. There were no official papers saying who got what. Everyone just knew by watching what she did. The queen built a wall around Catherine made of diamonds and trust. Camilla could see through the wall, but she couldn't get past it. Then in September of 2022, Queen Elizabeth died. Suddenly, the rules changed. Camilla was now the queen consort. She had the keys to the vault. She could finally wear whatever she wanted. As soon as the queen was gone, Camilla made her move. She had been waiting for 17 years to get into those jewelry drawers. The first thing she took was a giant crown called the Greville Emerald Tiara. It has a huge green emerald in the middle that is bigger than a grape. It was made a long time ago and was given to the Queen Mother. But Queen Elizabeth had kept it locked away for 70 years. She didn't wear it because it had a dark history. It was from a time of war and fighting in Russia, and the Queen didn't want people asking where the money for it came from. She wanted to keep the monarchy safe from those kinds of questions. But Camilla didn't care about that. She wore it to a big party in 2025. She wanted to show everyone that she was the boss now. She was saying, "Look at me, I can wear the things they kept from me." But it didn't go the way she planned. As soon as she wore it, people started asking all the uncomfortable questions the queen had tried to avoid. They talked about the bloody history of the emerald. Instead of looking like a powerful leader, Camilla looked like she didn't know the rules. She had accidentally ruined the mystery the queen worked so hard to keep. But she still didn't stop. A few months later, at another big dinner, Camilla wore as many jewels as she could. She had bracelets stacked up her arms like trophies. She wore a giant blue tiara that was so big it filled the room. She wanted to show off everything she had found in the vault. She wanted to look like a winner. Then Catherine walked into the room. She was wearing only one crown. It was the lover's knot tiara. This crown was famous because it was Princess Diana's favorite. It was very heavy and made of diamonds and swinging pearls. Diana used to say it gave her bad headaches, but she wore it anyway because it made her look like a true princess. The queen had made sure Catherine got this crown. She knew that if Camilla wore it, the public would be very angry. By giving it to Catherine, the queen allowed Diana's memory to stay beautiful. When Catherine walked into that party, every camera turned away from Camilla. It didn't matter that Camilla had more diamonds or bigger emeralds. Catherine had the one thing that mattered. She had the look of someone who was chosen. The room felt the memory of Diana and the trust of the queen all at once. Camilla had all the gold and silver she ever wanted, but she still lost the room. She realized that she could have the jewels, but she couldn't have the feeling that went with them. She could never get the queen's trust. She could never get the small smile or the private gift. Right now, Camilla is the queen consort. Technically, she could tell Catherine to give all those jewels back. There is no law saying Catherine gets to keep them. Camilla could take the pearls and the bracelets and the crowns today if she really wanted to. But she won't do it. Deep down, she knows that taking them wouldn't make her the favorite. It would only show the world that she is still trying to take things that weren't meant for her. She learned this lesson the hard way over many years. She learned it at the funeral when the pearls glowed on Catherine's neck. She learned it when she asked for a brooch and got nothing but a smile. She learned it at the party when she wore everything she owned and still felt invisible. The queen is gone now and the vault is wide open. Camilla has the treasure, but Catherine has the legacy. The diamonds will stay in their boxes for a long time after both women are gone. They will always be cold and hard, but the way they shine depends on who is wearing them. Queen Elizabeth decided who that person was a very long time ago, and no amount of diamonds can ever change her mind.